Hello and welcome to our first look at Citadelum, a new game by Light Studios where it's sort of reminiscent to old school city builders, building up a city, Roman city, in that ancient 90s DOS era feeling. But unlike other city builders, it also introduces some other elements, sort of a total war style combat, and hopefully a few other surprises. This is our very first look at the game, so we're going to dive right in and try it from the very beginning. It's got itself a nice how to play tutorial baked in to the prologue, so we're going to hit that. Reach a population of 35 plebeians, create a trade route, and send 75 marble to Rome. A period of civil war is sparked by the assassination of Julius Caesar on the Ides of March 44 BC. At the hands of a group of senators, Gaius Octavius, Caesar's adopted son, returns to Rome and takes revenge on the aggressors and confronts Lucius Antonius, brother of Marcus Antonius, in the city of Perusia. After besieging the city, he orders it be destroyed in retaliation against the traitors. It's your mission to move there together with a group of colonists and start the construction of a new city under the name of Augusta Perusia. Love it. Get us a little bit of a history lesson. As a historian, I really appreciate you pronouncing Caesar properly. I wanted to switch it up a little bit and just to see who I could get angry. A period of civil war is sparked, yada yada yada. We just read this. Ave Dominus, I am Gaius Titus Cato, emissary of the Senate to help you manage your settlement. I see you don't have much experience in this work, do you? The first thing you need to learn is how to move around. WASD, QE, page up and down. Gotcha. Start by building a forum. It's the starting point of the city, the center of your settlement, and also the place where resources and trade routes are stored. In addition, all buildings you construct have to be connected by roads to the forum. Build it near water and other natural resources. There's water over here, some stone, iron, stone. What else we got? I got iron, stone, and water down this way, but they're all up on this awful hill structure. That's kind of the edge of the map. What's over here? Stone, stone, bit of iron. This feels like a good spot right here. Right next to a river that leads out to the edge of the map. I like it. Smack dab in the middle. Mispronounced it again, of course. Now that we've backbone of our settlement, we need houses for people. You need plebeian housing. Immigrants will start to arrive, helping you show your city and perform all types of work in exchange for a salary. If you expand the capacity of these buildings, new inhabitants will join the settlements. Plots must be connected by roads. Plebeian? Plebeian? What do we prefer? Shall I make it worse for all of us? All right, if I need a road, I could say that. And then I could say that. Three houses? And a bit of roads. We got a ton of money. It is the tutorial. Oh, I need 4 houses. My bad, my bad. You know what? I'm gonna build 6. You can't stop me, game. Well, no, that's not true. You probably could. Have to leave a strongly worded comment when the VOD is uploaded? Exactly. Jareth knows what's up. Pronounce Caesar, Kaiser both ways. One is Latin, the other is Anglo. Matters if you're a Roman. I guess we are Roman. Reach a population of 5 plebeians. Ba-da-da! Oh. Well, it looks like a fire has broken out, says Maximus Agrippa, my engineering advisor. Occasionally, a fire may break out. That's why it's important to build fire stations, which are responsible for extinguishing fires in nearby buildings. In addition to the risk of fire, buildings require periodic maintenance. You need an engineer's post. If you don't take care of these, buildings can collapse. All right, well, hold on. How do I... Religion, decorative, military, defense, demolish, housing and services. Engineers post in a fire station. Needs access to water. Helps keeps buildings in good condition. Well, you'd fit perfectly right over here, little engineering post. And little fire hall. You would likewise fit in pretty good here. I know you're a busy person, so this will come in handy. Buildings that do not have workers assigned to them by default. You must assign personnel to each building. Keep that in mind, and they will all receive a salary. Select it, press the button, increase the hiring target. The building will be filled with unemployed until it reaches the limit you have indicated. You can give it priorities. You can manage this in the bottom right corner through the Jobs tab in the Management window. All available jobs, blah, 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 blah. I'm realizing I should probably move myself over a little bit so I'm not covering quite so much of the center here. Economy, resources, Jorbs. Well, how many people do we have? We only have 4, so... You already have the necessary infrastructure, but without water, the fires cannot be put out. Fire stations will not be able to put out fires if they don't have water source nearby. Don't worry, thanks to aqueducts, you can get water anywhere. You must build a water mill next to a bank and raise the water. Transport the water to the area. It needs aqueducts connected to the water mill. You need to build a reservoir connected to aqueducts to supply water to the surrounding area. You can also build wells in specific situations where aqueducts cannot reach. Watermill, aqueduct, reservoirs. So this thing is huge. So if I put you there, could I say do something stupid like this? You know what? It's the tutorial. I'm not going to panic too much about making this look nice. So this guy pumps up the water, which goes down the aqueduct into this giant open pit. Then our firefighting homies come over here. You're gonna need a lot more than just 2 buckets. This is basically Caesar 3. Now that everything's in order, you should expand the size of the settlement. To do this, you need materials. We need a logging camp near sets of trees, and a stone quarry and an iron mine. You must build warehouses near them. They have limited capacity. Warehouses can be used by any building in the city. Construction, trade routes, soldier training, whatever. I love that you can zoom in and look and see what it looks like. This is going to help me in every RimWorld game I decide to play when I want to build a Roman settlement. The architecture dweeb in me really appreciates it. Well, an iron mine. Can go right here. I guess a stone quarry could go right there. They're going to need some sort of warehouse right here. And then what do we need? A logging camp? I don't know, man. There's trees all over the place here. How much of a collection of trees do I need? New prestige level unlocked. Let me just build my logging camp. Don't forget you have to be aware of all the inhabitants of the city. If you only build accommodation for plebeians and don't find an occupation for them, they can cause trouble. At the top of the screen, you will see information you need to know. Try to constantly monitor this information to better manage your city. People's favor indicator to know how you are performing. Direct relationship between the people's favor and criminality. The lower this indicator, the more likely it is that robberies, murders, and riots will occur. Unemployment and homelessness also affect people's favor. If we have high values, our people will migrate out of the city. You can consult the health indicators and nutritional needs. Make it so less people die. Entertainment, religious indicators, workers' wages, yada, yada, yada. All of this affects people's favors. Okay, I currently have 12 unemployed citizens. I might as well just max out all of those. And then maybe another engineer. I'm pleased to see your progress. The time has come for you to take on another crucial task. Food is important and you must constantly monitor it. Without food, citizens are not happy. They might get sick, leave the settlement. You can get different types of crops, farms, and fishing posts. You need to store the food in granaries, build near the food production buildings. As with storages, once you have food in the granaries, it can be used elsewhere. Okay. Definitely seems similar. To be fair, a modern Caesar 3 would probably be quite fun. I mean, I like the thought of it. I got no problem with it so far. Baths, markets, tax offices. What do we got? Where's the fishing? Garden. Oh, yeah. Okay. Pig farm, cow farm, chicken farm, bakery, butchery, fishmonger, fishing docks. All right, here's my thought. I'm going to build a bunch of farms out here. And I'm going to build like fishing docks down here. Put you right in like that. And then I can build all sorts of stuff around you. Can I build every type of food? How much you want to bet this is super overkill? Well, I'm definitely not going to have enough people to work all these jobs. We have 9 more people coming in. Let's just get some more housing cooked up. And if you don't know, now we know. Yeah, they can all have up to 4 workers. Great. As people move in, they're automatically being applied. So we have population, patrician population, military population, jorbs, homeless citizens, recruits ready for training, and military units ready to deploy. Guess we'll throw a few extra people on there. Used to love in Caesar 3. I never had an army, but a ton of gladiators. You used to kill all the enemies who attacked you. Yo, if it works, don't knock it. These are such tiny little farms. But I appreciate that we're making everything. I don't have enough iron bars or timber, it looks like. Sawmill. Yeah, okay. You have to get all this food to your citizens. The market is a key building for supplying this needs. You should place it near the housing. Make sure the granaries and warehouses have what you need so that the market can deliver it. Kind of feel like this would be the spot to put it. Might be a bit overkill, but... Plebeians are not the only class of citizens who can live in the city. Patricians are citizens who do not work, but contribute to the economy with taxes. You must build patrician houses. Their needs are much higher than those of plebeians, and if you don't meet them, happiness will decline, causing people to leave. The amount of taxes they pay affects their happiness. If you raise taxes, you raise more money, but happiness decreases. Don't forget to build tax offices. Keep the latter in mind and ensure that they have buildings and activities to entertain themselves. Oh, that reservoir is not going to reach over here. What if I put you there instead? Well, now the market's not going to reach. Oh, I've really flubbed this one, haven't I? That technically is touching all those houses. There's no houses within its radius of influence. Oh, you only affect patrician housing. I see. Build 4 of these. And we're going to go like... this. And I'm going to give them some decorations. Gotta make their homes nice. They're the patricians. No taxes are being collected. They require 2 melons. No, 20 melons and 20 cabbage a day. This house doesn't have enough food. All right, all right. I see what's going on. What do these guys need? They need melons and cabbages. Cabbages. Melons. What do we got here? Onions. We'll make some more of these. And some grapes. Clearly, I'm going to need that for wine. New prestige level unlocked. Bridges, doctors, temples, medicinal herbs, fishing docks, chicken farms, bakeries, hedges, and topiary arches. Careful of melon muggers and monks. Time for you to continue improving the city. Prestige level is an indicator, yada, yada, yada. At the top left, you will find more information about the city. In addition to the prestige level in favor of the people, you can also see the remaining time of day, the buying and selling operations of the trade routes, and the economic summary of yada, yada, yada. Like I'm losing a ton of money. People's favor, low crime, unemployed, homeless citizens. Oh, yeah, okay. My bad, dudes. I should probably just put more people in these fields. This would make the most sense. Oh, let's just max them all out. Why not? There we go. Housing needs are okay. Workers' wages, patrician taxes, all okay. Reach a population of 15 patricians. I see how it is. Ave Dominus, I am Marcus Drusus, military delegate of the Senate. I'm going to supervise your actions on the map. It seems the city's starting to develop, but it's not all about working in the settlement. You can explore the territory and secure military dominance over it via the region map. In this map, you can see your city and what territories you've explored. Increasing the explored area generates roads, which will connect your city with others and allow you to trade. Also lets you know where the enemy is. To move and explore, select it and choose an adjacent territory. If the explorer finds an enemy army, there's a chance he will die. Noted. Just to finish my decoration here. Oh, cool. I can build like walled gardens. Walled entrances, topiary arches, hedges, and trees. Oh, that's so fun. Okay. My explorer can go here or here. This looks like it's got a farm, so why don't we go this way? Ta-da! Okay. I guess we already knew that was there. Discover the city of Vetona with my explorer. One citizen has passed away due to illness. Some residents are leaving the city due to a lack of employment. I thought we had like 1 billion jobs. Another prestige level unlocked. Flax fields, acting schools, theaters, regular schools, pig farms, cow farms, armor workshops, militaries. A lot going on here. Nobody's got enough food. Wow, no, I have a lot of unemployed people, it looks like. No, we're short on housing is what's going on now. I could probably fit a few more people back here. Why not? I do kind of want to put in a topiary archer just for fun. Let's keep these riff-raff on the other side here. Make sure they know their place. I don't know where else I would put this hedge right now. I don't know where I want to hedge my bets. Vetona is connected with your settlement and you can trade with them. To establish a trade route with another city, you must specify what resource you want to buy and sell. I don't know how I found this trade route. I was literally messing about in the city. The cart you see on the map is a visual representation that indicates a trade route between 2 points. Trading operations will always take place at the beginning of the day. They will go to the forum. At this point, the payment will be made. The forum must have space available. The coffers must have enough money. Build warehouses, granaries, or armories near the forum to make sure to clear its reserves. Export resources. You must make sure you have enough of them. In the trade management window, you can decide what you want to export. Vetona. They want to buy wood. I'm going to sell 49 wood a day. And I'm going to purchase... I don't need to do that much. Let's make this an even trade. 25 wood for 75 marble. That sounds like a good deal. Clip-a-clop, 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 clip-a-clop. So what's going on here with this location? Maybe it takes them a while to explore? No space. Out of bounds. Not enough food. Okay, so clearly I need more granaries. Pop one there. There's all these like production chains, like cutting stone, for example, that I'm currently not doing and feels like would probably be a smart idea to do. Sawing wood. There's probably one here that's like smelting iron. Swords, bows, armor, shields. Stores stuff. Oh, that's just his stone blocks is what that needs. Stone cutter. Oh, I can build a lumber mill there, I suppose. This granary can have more guys. I guess there's no reason I couldn't put a granary here as well. Now we got lots of storage. Think it takes a minute when you go to that city. It didn't clear right away either. Ah, yeah, okay, so this guy is doing some sort of exploration task. One new territory has been discovered. Cool. All right, that makes more sense than just like automatically exploring it. Okay, I need stone blocks to make basically everything. I am actually making money per day. I have 18 jobs with not enough people to work them, though. I'm curious, like if I build houses down here by the water, do they count as being near the reservoir? I suspect I know that the answer to that is already no, but... So, if I build you... And then maybe we can just like slap on a bunch of more worker housing. No wood. Uh-oh. I guess we've discovered the whole map. Here comes our guy with 75 marble. Dum, 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 dum. Dum-dum. Send to Rome. You've accomplished all the objectives of the mission. Rome awaits you. Go to the Capitoloni Hill to start the celebration parade. I love that I just built like half a city and I was just like, all right, cool, I'm out. The large continent of Marcus Antonius's troops have gathered around Brundisium in the south of the Italic Peninsula and threatens to take the port. Thus, Gaius Octavius is forced to send his armies, requiring a significant economic effort, which has repercussion on all of his territories. However, the confrontation does not take place and both leaders reach a tenuous truce. It's your task to establish the camp of Gaius Octavius next to the city of Ad Speluncus, north of Brundisium, and to prepare yourself for the possible attack of rebel legions that ignore the peace. Reach a population of 80 plebs, 20 patricians, and buy a bunch of silk. Is Sapo in the game? Just asking. This is what we always want to know. I don't know. Yet to discover. So what do we got? We've got iron. We've got a lot of like stone and iron over here. But I see it's like harder to kind of build around some of these areas. I like this spot, I think. We're gonna go right here. That's what we gonna do. All right, first things first is the reservoir. Seeing as basically nothing can get done without it. Bada boom. Vava boom. We're gonna need a market. Where are we gonna build all of our housing to? If I have stone and iron there, I can kind of have an industrial area up this way. Why don't we say it like this? Beautiful. Who's working that market? We may never know. But we'll find out. We'll get there in due time. So we can get a little stone here. We can get a little iron here. I think we'll pull a road up like this. 4 people working that, 4 people working this. I mean, definitely like a million places I could put this lumber mill. For right now, let's go there. You're gonna need a warehouse. That encapsulates all of you, so let's just do that. And then I guess I need a station of the fire. We're probably going to need like a couple of these. Let's go with that there for now. See how it turns out. Deadshot. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Oh, that worked out perfect. First plebeians have arrived in the city. There's lots of exploring for us to do. So we might as well just start getting out on the map. Turn to you now at the turn of the tides. It's going well. We just started the second mission. We're learning how to make our people happy. If such a thing can be achieved. If true happiness can exist. I guess those people are going to be a little bit unhappy, but such is life. Them lots of houses. Doop, 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 doop. It's kind of in a weird way. It reminds me of Songs of Six. Okay. Cooking. We just gotta wait for people to start showing up. This wall? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. I might as well explore in one direction first. As we want to run our way around. Food. Food is the other thing I need. I'm going to do something like this. Very excessive. I have room for 60 citizens right now. So if I just put all of you guys at max, that's 48. There we go. There's our prestige level. Patricians, tax offices, baths and baths, taverns, stonecutters, wineries, and sawmills. You seem to have mastered it, but you have to keep advancing to do so. Basic resources will not be enough. Build a stonecutter and a sawmill to produce bricks and planks. Make sure you have a warehouse if you want to keep track, yada, yada, yada. Yes, I do want to make all of these things. A sawmill and a stonecutter. Guy's still exploring. Migration plus 22. Jobs offered 0. Doesn't quite feel correct, but I'll believe it for now. Produces wine from grapes. Let that guy keep exploring. Plant a few flowers. Just for good measure. Yeah, I guess it would be like patricians and tax houses would be next. And they do not affect regular housing. So why don't I just do something like this? Patricians, as you know, are demanding. Your citizens need entertainment activities and service buildings to keep them distracted and happy, especially the patricians. You should keep an eye on the health of the population. Doctors' offices are a good way to do this. Citizens need to entertain themselves watching shows. Check out your people's favor. Build a theater, train actors. Perform the show, choose 2 of them who have been trained, and hold the event. After all, the people want bread and circus. Oh my god, I love this. How many patricians can be in a house? 5. Okay, so that's enough to actually win that objective. And I need 80 plebeians. 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I need 2 more of those. That solves it. Oh, I should have put them all 1 back. Which I can only do for 2 of them. We discovered the city of Apani. You can sell wheat to these guys and beer, and I can buy lumber. Sounds good. In the meantime, we keep exploring. These guys are going to need cabbages and melons. So we're also going to need more food. My cabbages! Ba-da-dum. Prestige level unlocked. Let's make sure we have lots of people working these jobs. That ought to keep us busy. So I need to build a bath and I need to build a tavern. Temples. Baths. Improve citizens' health. The other one is a tavern. All right, well, straightforward enough. Also slap in a doctor's office here. Why not? You don't have any medicine and you don't have any wine. Absolutely, that tracks. I'm not making either of those things. Let's set that up then. Now, if I build that here, is it going to be like cut off because it's not in range of those granaries? Yeah, it kind of is actually. So let's just move it around a little bit. Then I can put a row of roads back there as well. Can I zoom in on buildings? You can, and actually they offer little cutaways when you zoom in on them. So you can even see what's inside the building. Everybody bathing in their togas? I assume that's what you were asking to see. The tavern. The dock. The fancy patricians. Wow, they all got their own place to poop. How luxurious. Truly living the dream. So I'm assuming I'm just going to like max out all of these. That requires 120 people, which let me tell you, we don't got that. But we can work on it. Ooh. I think those houses just got upgraded. I'm not making nearly enough wood either. Religion. I see I've explained to you how to build a settlement and manage it, but it's time you turn your gaze to the gods. I, Publius Aelius, can advise you on how to do so. It's important that the inhabitants of a settlement can worship the gods. To do so, you must build temples in their honors, each of them focused on an aspect of life and a favor that can bestow a divine boon. People need to hold festivals in honor of the gods. The longer it is since it was last held, the more it will negatively affect your people's favor. Remember that for the duration of the festivals, workers will be given a break and will stop working. Noted. Ooh, I can also pave roads. Which seems like it might be a kind of good idea to do. For the most part. Got to make sure the Patricians have fancy paved roads, after all. Well, if we're going to do this, we might as well do all the way around the forum. How nice! Look at our bougie city. Paved plots as well. I don't know what that does. I'm gonna move this guy so that I can put a bakery across from him. Hopefully give him a job. Y'all can keep exploring. I need to build 2 temples. Minerva, goddess of wisdom. Mars, the god of war. Jupiter, father of all the gods. Pluto, god of the underworld. Apollo, god of medicine and arts. And Ceres, goddess of agriculture. Well, I feel like if I built her right here by all these farms, don't that kind of make sense? Y'all got no room to store things. I don't feel like that's true. Got these like individual granaries set up here for you. Tell you what, just in case. Just in case they got to get around that way. Oh, you guys are very on fire. Yes, you're very on fire. That's correct. I see now. I didn't plan that out very well. Let's, why don't we just pop you right there? How does that sound? Hopefully these don't have to burn down that much. I'm losing so much money per day. I feel like it sort of makes sense. What's going on, Patricians? The building is on fire. The building is on fire. The building is on fire. Oh! You got it. 1 bucket of water. That'll do it. You've discovered a new enemy. Not so good. I think I'm probably going to stop trading. Oh, this is trading food. That's not a problem. But the maintenance on all these locations is, and they are not being repaired. And I am just perpetually in a wood deficit. Might be time I build a second lumber camp here. Sneak him in. Trade insults with the enemies. Ah! Everything needs to stop blowing up. All these temples are too fat. It's time to present ourselves before the gods. Each of the gods demands you build a certain number of temples in their honor to grant their favor. Can be found in the religion tab in the management window. The gods are arrogant. Worshipping one of them can make us rival jealous and punish your settlement. You should be aware that you could pay a visit to the gods in the Pantheon itself by clicking the button in the bottom right screen. Ooh, that's fun. I would just like to solve my collapsing buildings problem at the moment before I get any further. That's quite all right with y'all. Okay. Management window, religion. Series, neutral, 1 out of 1. Reach the maximum faith to ask for my blessing. Make your fields and farms more productive. Apollo fills the food reserves of all houses in the settlement. Pluto gives you money and wine. Jupiter increases the favor of our people. Mars trains soldiers. And Minerva gives you building materials. Do I have bread? I have 44 bread. Well, I can just have a small festival here. In honor of Ceres. Oh my god, this building is on fire again! What are you doing, engineers? Cool. Once you know all this, you can only have to learn how to interact with the gods. You can check on the status in the Pantheon. Hover the cursor over them. It'll show you your information, how many days have passed. When you attain the maximum level of favor with a god, they will bless you with a divine boon. Go down to your city and see them perform the blessing. They can also get angry. Okay. My god, big dummy mommy, step on our farms. Oh. Are you gonna do all my farms or just a couple of them? Whoop. I like that they're all just like, we're complaining. It's like, my dudes, there's a literal god come to visit. Give me a break. You got a god visiting you. That's pretty good. You've already seen how important it is to provide your people with certain comforts. Plebeians and patricians have certain needs. The higher the housing level, the more citizens fit in them. In case of patricians, the more taxes they pay. It's not just about stocking up different types of foods. Appearance is also important. Surround them with pretty things and they'll get nice. Oh yeah, you guys need wheat and onions and carrots. Melons, cabbages. I'm not making onions or carrots. I also just like don't have enough population seemingly anywhere here. I guess I could probably like pull some people off of the sawmill, seeing as I'm just like importing wooden planks right now. Put that in higher targeting priority. There's one house. So there is room in these granaries. It's just that we don't have enough people working all of them. You're going to find another thing there. What about old Jupiter? He requires either onions or meat. Or I could sacrifice people to you. There has been one murder in the city. Some residents are leaving due to lack of employment. Dudes, there are no shortage of jobs in this city. Are you kidding me? We're going to go visit Jupiter, aka Zeus. He's going to come down and he's going to tell everybody to get their stuff in order. Yeah, I'm so strong and buff. Look how buff and strong I am. Yeah, I'm swole daddy. Let's go. And everyone's like, wow, we love the guy running this place. Gladiators, races, and theaters is what I'm sort of missing out on right now. Blasphemy, sacrifice is not murder. I'm with you. I'm agreeing. 105 people. How many jobs we got? It says I have 140 jobs. So why are people leaving saying that they're unemployed? So I need onions and carrots. Kind of the only thing I'm missing right now. Carrots. Onions. And hopefully, this is my goal here, is if I have onions and carrots, these guys should get more onions and carrots. They do 25 desirability as well. Oh man, okay. What do we have in decorations? I got some trees. Oh, they're so expensive. Upgrade 2 plebeian houses to level 3. Reach prestige level 4 in your city. Valetium. We can sell wine. And we can buy stone or iron. I don't really want either of those things. I also don't need wooden planks anymore. And I guess I can't get through these guys unless I have an army. Which I'm sure they're going to teach me how to do at a certain point. Because I need a trade route that makes me silk. And I don't got access to that. Oh, you guys will upgrade if you just have wheat and desirability. These guys just have like a great time because all their houses rule. Okay. Getting a little fencing. Well, I gotta tell you, a lot of things cost trees. Who would have known trees could be so important? Yeah, starting to get the upgrades. So these guys require 25 zone. How am I going to get that? Feels like decoration is the only way to do that, but... I mean, that puts him at 27. These guys are way off. I'll start building them a little area. These guys are 24, but they don't have enough onions or carrots. But I'm kind of hoping that's just going to change once we start, like, eating more, eating differently. Yeah, I'm producing like 400. Yeah. Okay, we're going to be fine on that eventually. This is 12 and 1. Paved plot to cover and decorate the ground of your city. What's the difference between a paved road and a paved plot? Visually, it appears that there is no difference. That house is on fire. Correct, that house is on fire. Damn it. Price you got to pay sometimes, I guess, for progress. We can have a little temple to Jupiter party. Okay, we want more houses. That's clear to me. I don't really feel like I have a lot of room for more houses. So I guess we could probably kick a few more up here. I might as well pave all those entranceways as well. I really like that the decorations are like an important part of how you build your city. That always gives me great joy to be like, no, 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 you need to decorate. That's part of it. How do I get to prestige level? Oh, I need more patricians. Patricians. Which the tax office doesn't want to be able to reach. I see how it is. But I want that good patrician money. And I'll stop at nothing to get it. These gardens only add like 1%. All right, little upgrades. Nice. Rank 4. Acting schools, theaters, schools, flax fields, all the good farms. Recruits. Walls and watchtowers. Oh my god, I didn't even think we were going to need that kind of stuff. Square fountains, round fountains, colonnades, intersections of walls and aqueducts. Cool. You've proven to be a good leader, but there are enemies waiting out there, and you must destroy them if you want to liberate the villages of the region. I'm giving you command of a legion to take charge of the troops blocking our way. The only downside is incomplete. You need additional soldiers and additional equipment. 4 basic pieces: the gladius shield, bow, and armor. You need iron ore and wood planks. And then you need armories to store it in. Well, I think we'll build this all out here. Seems to be the most reasonable way to go. I would like swordsmith, bow shop, armor shop, shield workshop. Flax fields and a weaver. We don't really need yet. Acting schools and the theaters. We could fish, but I think until people like need it, I don't really feel the desire for that. Oh my god. Yeah, look at these guys. They had way more. Beautiful place to relax, providing shade and shelter from the rain. Roman portico gates. So what I want to know is, like, if I can I swap out a hedge for a Roman portico? And what will it look like if I do? Will it matter? Are we real? I don't think it does. I think the difference is that it just costs stone instead of wood. Oh no, it matters. It matters quite a lot. One building has collapsed. Where? Oh, my lumber camp. Oh, yeah, that's right. We actually built that just outside of the engineer's post. Prestige level 5 unlocked. Cavalry. Monumental columns, lion statues, and a capital she-wolf. I was just about to say that there seems like there's no fire protection down here now. So we're going to have to get these guys up and running. You're just out of range of that reservoir, aren't you? Yeah, this building has no water. You know what? I don't need to be too fancy about this. We just go cook it. We got to produce 10 armor and 10 bows first. So I'm going to get them on that while all this stuff burns to the ground. Hopefully that'll be the end of it. We might as well just start plopping up as many jobs as we can here. Make sure that nobody else has to burn down. 186. And I have 152 plebs. Jupiter, could you show up? Tell everybody how great you are. And Ceres, oh, there's another god interacting with your people. I don't want anyone to outshine me. Please come back later. Respect. I'm maxed out on gladiators, races, and theater. A bit confusing considering I have none of that. Increase zone desirability. Fountains, lion statues, the she-wolf. Why don't we put a little lion statue here with a couple of trees next to it? That looks nice. I like that. You know what? We might as well be even. Put a little lion statue there as well. All these patricians are going to need much fancier homes now. What is the next prestige level? 60 patricians. This market is basically edged out. I could get a couple more patrician houses in here. Only on that side though. Okay. We need to train soldiers. We need to build a recruit barracks. Build a training barracks. We can determine how many soldiers we want to train. As long as we have recruits available and the necessary equipment, they will be automatically assigned and begin their training. You can increase and decrease the priority of training, control which types of soldiers you want to train first. They will be waiting at the deployment camp on the map of the region just outside the city for you to incorporate them into a legion. Different types of soldiers depending on the needs of your armies. You should also train explorers and guards for the defense of the city. I just need to make my city fancy first. Because I have a problem. I have an addiction, and the addiction is more porticos. Oh my god, I literally don't have the money to keep building that. Oh god. Whoa, jeez. It would be better if I set all of these guys back. Not these guys, though. Because then anything I place in the front will get larger bonuses. This building has no water. Oh, your jokes. I didn't think fountains would need water. Does it make sense? Yes. Did I think that? No. God, I'm broke. Okay. Let's get the military up and running so we can get finished with this level. You don't have enough money? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How am I not going to go broke here? Wow, we're broke. We're very broke. I'm going to sell a lot of wheat. And I'm going to sell a bunch of wine. Oh, and I have a legion. I could probably cut down on the amount of workers in literally every single one of these farms. Because I think that's kind of what's driving me broke at the moment. Yeah, they're actually just like out producing how fast the granaries can move them around. That helped. It's funny that the option has been like literally just like turn off an entire wheat field. Now I have unemployed citizens though. Probably should have built less colonnades. So like the only way to make money is by exporting goods and by taxing patricians. And if you have too many workers, you're screwed. I don't want to reduce melons. I can reduce carrots, onions, medicinal herbs. And I could probably reduce all my material production at this point as well. Because I have quite a lot of most of these. 790. Farm support, my wheat field has stopped producing. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Enemy raid risk. Bankruptcy. Your finances are not in good shape, but Rome believes in you. Here's 5,000 bucks for you to complete some missions. Lower zone desirability. Okay, well, I'm going to build you here then. And here. Ah, this is what I can do with all my excess people. I can turn them into workers, into soldiers. And that'll solve my problems. I could also turn some of them into actors. Ah! Costs so much money. I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, interesting. You got to enter from the side. So I got 2 actors. They're training, but now they have a theater built for them. Some residents are leaving due to lack of employment, but that's okay. I got soldiers in training. 4 down. This recruit barracks can only house 7 recruits, which means I'm clearly going to need to build more of these. Some houses have been downgraded. Okay, that's fine by me. Seems like we're gonna end up needing more of these guys, so. Like Tropico, prefer that way of making money? Just like taxing people? Ooh, look how fancy my patrician house has got. Required service, reservoir. Ew, interesting. I don't have a reservoir feeding to them. But if I did, then they would upgrade. And now they'll all make me more money. They need bread and fish fillets if they want to get any bigger. Which requires a fishing dock and fishmongers. Which obviously I could build down here. Call the press, we see green. The water, if you please. Hey, we are making money. This was obviously the answer. Now, what's confusing is they should all have bread. Because according to this, I make 80 bread and use 30. Well, no, that changed. So I guess we need to make another bakery. A perfect fit. Now we have extra bread. New prestige level unlocked. Gladiator school, an arena, a library, furniture workshop, a gladiator statue, and brick walls. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. 2 more archers. Left to train. Almost done. You must not waste time or they might attack the settlement. You must take initiative and annihilate the enemies on the map. To deploy troops, go to the map region. Click on legions. Deploying explorers is simple. You have some soldier of the class. You decide which territories you've discovered you want to place them. Legions, choose the soldiers that compose them and decide the territory. You can place the reinforced troops button on the map of the region. You can choose which soldiers to add to increase their military power. Reinforce the legion with 10 archers. Time to take action. You have everything you need to initiate the engagement. Move them to where the enemy is. A window opens and you can see the start of the battle. Hup, 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 hup. Hup. 45 versus 18. Now comes the moment of truth. You're going to face your first battle, but first you must decide on the formation of different units. Define formation of the different types of soldiers available. Select the type of soldiers, form the unit. Determine the formation. They will advance in a straight line until they make contact with the enemy. All units have strengths and weaknesses, so evaluate how the enemy has placed his troops. Swords beat horses, horses beat archers, archers beat swords. Centurions are special units that provide additional motivation to troops around them, making them more powerful. Okay. I got 15 soldiers. Can I move them once I've placed them? I understand. Okay, you can tell them either stay in place or don't. I'm going to tell them to stay put. Then we'll put 30 archers behind them. Next thing that awaits you is to direct the action during combat, so pay attention. Your battles will move autonomously, but as a general, you can give certain orders. Mark a specific point on the battlefield as a destination, and once they reach it, they will search for nearby enemies to attack. If you mark a point and drag, you can be placed in defensive formation. By marking an enemy unit, you give an order to attack. You will see the balance of forces. If you can't finish them off, you can always retreat. Let them come to us. We will face them with our swords. Oh, wow, my archers did not hold up as well as I thought they would there, but... that was a slaughter. You've won the battle! You've lost no troops. Good job, Legion. Let's find the last town so that we can buy all of its silk. Meanwhile, I will try to make fish. A fire has happened. I see what happened. wish it wasn't such a mess, but it is what it is. Can really rotate these guys. Okay. Doesn't affect that very much. I'm just going to allow fish in here. And if I was smart, I would set up my granaries so that they only allow certain types of things within them. Such as like carrots, onions, cabbages, and melons. A relic, Charon's obol. The silver coin placed in the mouth of the deceased during funeral rites, tribute to the souls that must pay to Charon, the ferrymen of hell, to cross them to the other side. If the deceased doesn't have a coin, they're condemned to wander for 100 years along the riverbank. I can give it to a god of my choice. Let's give it to Minerva. Then she'll show up and give me a bunch of building materials. Yeet! It's so funny that she just like jumps off a cliff. Oh! You have wood. This has got to be the silk trader. It's the shiniest water I've ever seen. So shiny. It does really sparkle in that Grecian sun, doesn't it? Okay, these houses upgraded. Baths, tavern, doctors. They want eggs and milk. And 55 desirability. What about these dweebs? These guys are all requesting food that somehow they don't have access to. But all of that food exists here. So part of me is like, why aren't you going to eat that food? You make 5 food, and you turn 1 fish into a fish fillet. Citizens are leaving due to lack of employment. Well, I don't want to hire you. You're too expensive. I'd rather the cash money. Less plebs, more patricians. That's what I always say. 21 recruits are ready for training. Could build a guard trainer. Damn. I had a funny feeling there was going to be another army there. Gonna lose a handful of troops, but not that many. We got them numbered, Bumbered. Should we just try this as a strategy? Hup, 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 hup. Those arrows hitting hard. Oh. Some of our guys getting right into it.
By your command. Understood.
Just want you to shoot those archers. They all shot at one guy. Doom. Every second volley just completely targets one character. That's really funny. This poor guy. 27 arrows, impaling them all at once. Uria, you can sell swords. You can buy silk. I make 30 swords a day, so let's sell 30 of them. Then, I don't know, I guess I can recall you. Recall them. Oh yeah, now everybody's just in the city. Cool. You have trained and ready soldiers. So basically all I'm waiting is for this silk to show up, and then this map is won. I love that so many of these houses are like, yeah, we got fish, we just don't have enough of it. Level 7 prestige, Circus Maximus, chariot training, a marble arch, a sign, and an equestrian statue. I mean, clearly I could build a second fishmonger here. And he would just speed things up. I have 2 actors. Can we do a play? Hell yeah. A play is being performed. It's good. It's a good monologue. I really like this one. It's classic, but it says a lot. It's really like a metaphysical statement on like the joys of life and death. It's a good piece. It's a good piece. You've completed your objective. On to the next mission. We're finally out of the prologue. Make haste slowly. After reaching peace with Marcus Antonius by the Treaty of Brundisium, Gaius Octavius turned his attention to Sicily. The island had been occupied by Sextus Pompeius, who had rebelled against the triumvirate along with a group of senators, equites, and slaves. After suffering 2 severe naval defeats in 38 BC, Octavius has requested the support of Marcus Antonius's fleet and is preparing to invade the island. Your orders are to gather equipment and building materials and prepare the offensive from Reginium. Looks like we got a really cool water map here. Reach Prestige 4, produce 25 armor, discover 2 cities, and win 1 battle. Enemy presence is 4. Battles required, yes. Region map, big. 8 trading routes. Sandbox missions. Cool. Hey, I know some of those names. Very thought-provoking. Yes, quite indeed. Yeah, I guess, I mean, it's all based on real stories, I guess. Prepare for war, amid arms. Hold a wolf by its ear. Oh, I like that the types of troops also change depending on where you are. The play is over. Caesar Augustus returns to Rome. All right. Let's make haste slowly. Try a new map. I can't wait to see what it's like when you get when your city gets attacked as well. I definitely want to build in the center here. Because there's just such cool, obvious choke points. I probably shouldn't build too far away. So Why don't I do something like this? Like this. That's what we're going to start with. Stone and iron right next to each other. With a warehouse cold straight across the street. I'd argue that like all of this area is good for lumber. I'm yet to determine like what actually makes the most value for lumber. Why don't we do it like that? And we have just a little more than is necessary. All right, starting off, we're going to need fire stations. We're going to need engineering depots. Part of me is wondering if I don't just like build one for the industry side of the map. And I think that's actually what I'm going to do here. And I'm just not going to like fill them that much. It is still going to need reservoirs. But I can make that magic happen. So out of curiosity, you're kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's got the overlap it needs. I think this could make sense. I am going to need an old water mill down here. I think we'll hook it up just like that. And we can start talking about things like the markets. I mean, I suppose I could just start like that. And any plebeian housing could be on simple outer segments. Now, I guess my question is these guys would probably be better off right up against the road. And then if they end up with a second row, say back here, I could do it like this or like that and put stuff in behind them, like trees or hedgerows or what have you, to pump up the value. What is the first level of prestige? It's just 20 plebs. So why don't we focus on getting the basics down first before we panic too much about everything else? I guess we also need food. I guess we also need food. Defense coverage, fire risk, risk of collapse, normal, desirability, housing needs, work assignments. Okay. 2 choke points in the south. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of different like ways you can build it. Certainly you could have like stone and iron over here. I don't have great access because it's only 1 and 1. But I'm curious to see how it plays. I think I'll just put the granaries up in this area. And we'll do all of our farming up here. I already know we're going to need a crazy amount of these guys. Because it never seems to be enough. Why don't I leave things like the bakery down here? No, I guess it doesn't really matter where the bakery ends up. Build an excess amount of grain fields. Seeing as it's our first big issue. Gotta wait for people to move in before we can get anything else done. I like the start so far. A good little vibe. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this to be all plebeian housing here. And then I'm actually going to build a patrician housing like probably up here. So I'll end up building an entirely separate marketplace for them. Separate engineers, separate fire station. I can have fishing come in here. So sort of all the food and industry is this way. All the workers can be here and probably down here as we expand. All the money can be up here. Military can be over here by a wall with the industry. Or kind of in here. Recruit barracks is maybe in that way. Great, and we're already starting to cook on jobs. That's what I want to see, baby. Definitely, let's put some workers in that market. Everyone's starving to death. So that's a warehouse. That's the logging camp. Let's put the stone cutter right here. The sawmill right here. The first foods we need are cabbages and melons for the patricians. Needs to be on fertile ground. Oh. Interesting. Good to know. All right, so if you guys are going to have 1, 2, 3... Kind of depends on like what I want to do behind them. I kind of want to put hedges along here. So maybe just like a flat row of trees. 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. That is quite literally the perfect amount. And then this can move in and we can set up like patrician housing up here. Patricians need two things. They need the tax office and they need the market. Now, I could push it right to the edge. Alternatively, I could leave a bunch of room in between them so that they can get, like, upgraded easier. Let's push them right to the edge. We need prestige level 4, 25 armor, 2 cities, and a battle. The map, nice and big. No idea who is where, so we'll just start getting to exploring right away. Y'all got fireworkers. Y'all don't have fireworkers up here, though. I am realizing we're going to have some greasy overlap. That's okay. These guys are also going to need a reservoir up here. I'm realizing if those patricians want it, it's probably going to have to be something like this. Yeah, screw it. That kind of works. Can you connect in through here? No, it needs to be on that angle. 2 and 1. I don't want to do that, but I gotta make it pretty. It demands it. So we need plebs, we need patricians. Oh, a relic is found. Pluto's bident, not a trident. There's only 2 of them. That little nub in the middle, that doesn't count. It's not just a weapon. The bident is an implement that also symbolizes the power of the god of the underworld, as if it were a scepter. It's the weapon which Pluto reached Prospina to kidnap her and take her to the underworld, and the one in which he managed to expel Heracles from his domains. Deliver it to Plutes or to Jukes. I'll send it to Plutes. What does he do? You have money in your coffers and jars of wine to satiate your people. Oh, but I can't use them until I build them a temple. Well and truly noted. All right, that's going to keep us busy. Kind of wondering about trying to sneak out and get more stone, but... All right, here's the next big round of houses. Probably let's build more tax collectors. More marketing jobs. These guys need cabbages and melons. I'm already bleeding money, so I need to start, like, seriously considering what's going on that front. Those aren't too expensive, but they aren't cheap. We can sell stone and we can buy bread here. Okay. Good to note. Carrots and onions are going to start being needed on the old food production side as well. I think you're safe to put that granary there. So this area down here, I couldn't build. He said it was non-fertile ground. On both of those sections. So I tell you what, I'm going to do a double bakery here. He's going nuts. He's already going for the double bakery play. Now, I got enough to fit a row back here. So I am inclined to do that. Patricians are leaving because they're bored. They want more entertainment. We're going to throw in some more carrots and onions. And residents are leaving due to lack of employment, but I don't think that's true because I have 10 jobs offered, so that's a bit of a confusing one. So what's going on this? Crime is bad, housing bad, workers' wages, religious festivals, theaters. All of this is good. Like, I don't know why people are upset at all. There's truly nothing to be mad about in my city. My city is glorious. These people are cowards. I'm close to getting that next level here as well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That should do it. I just got to be patient. My arch enemy. Ba-da-dum! So this gives us the Roman colonnades, as well as all the fun military stuff. Now, I'd like to try and make sure that we don't go bankrupt super fast this time. That's my big goal. He says, while proceeding to spend a whole ton of money. Some couple nice things. If a flower gives 12, that gives 15. A tree gives 12, and a fountain gives 28. But do cost significantly more money. $34, $26. These guys are 8. Okay. Get them at least all up to 10%. City of Cilia will buy olive oil for planks. Interesting. And we need to start producing armor. Out of iron. No problem. Clearly, we're going to need other things to go with that iron. Like Schwartz. Now, I can purchase Schwartz from Taisei. If I was to sell you guys 100 stone per day, that would bring me out of bankruptcy. This kind of looks like upgraded Caesar 3. I think that's actually not a far off comparison. It is definitely the vibe that the game is putting out. Baths. And more desirability. Can I make baths? Answer, yes, I can. Oh, it's just out of range of that water. I could just put it like here, but it feels like a waste. You're going to need your own. We found Castor's whip. A whip that belonged to the first of the twin heroes, sons of Jupiter. Castor stood out as a great horse tamer and became the patron of equites in Rome. Give it to Apollo or Ceres. Let's give it to Apollo. We'll go with different gods this time. So we've got archers and horsemen. Which means the one thing I don't need to build is archers. I need swordsmen and cavalry. Sorry, I think these guys are probably going to get their own bath. So if that's the case, I could build like a bath here. And it's still in range, so I think that kind of works. Should have a filter for water coverage. You just have to click the reservoirs. There are like some filters, but they're a bit limited in what exactly they're showing. That pumps to 16 to 16 to 16. It doesn't really matter which one of those I build then. I could just hedgerow. It's pretty cheap, but that's a lot of extra housing. I do have unemployed citizens, so let's start talking about it here. The shield workshop. I'll need. And I guess a swordsmith probably wouldn't be the worst idea. What do I need to make cavalry? Prestige level 5, a centurion training building, infantry training, guard training. Might as well put those guys down. There's nothing I need for increasing. So these guys use shields, armor, swords, and meat. And soldiers use shields, armor, swords, and wheat. They also need recruits. I wanted to build a temple of Apollo. And then who was the other person I was going to build to? Pluto. Let's give Plutz his place first. He needs grapes and wine, of which I have neither. So I might want to look at this a little bit. Extra food for that extra pop. How about some extra food for some wine? And I guess we'll need a butcher for pigs. 15 stone blocks, which you do not have currently, but now you do. So this makes, I need pigs to make meat. People are leaving due to lack of employment. I don't think that has to be true. In fact, I'm certain it does not. Oh yeah, we didn't have like anybody working in the stone cutter or the sawmill here. Sawmill, I maybe don't actually need everybody, but that armor workshop, we'll just go crazy on all of them. See how much of that iron ore it starts gobbling up. Do the pigs make the meat? They do. They work hard in the meat fields. And they make all the delicious meat. All right, well, I could put a butcher right here. Prestige, cavalry training. The city gets a visual upgrade as well, which is cool. Pigs consume wheat. I guess that makes sense. All of this is wood, which I'm meant to be keeping. Why don't we put the pigs right there? And we'll see how this feels about the pig chain. And whether or not we can keep up with it. Pluto, what's good, dude? Come on down. Da 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 da. Whoop. So he's gonna fill up all of our places. So you just filled that up with wine, for example. And I think that's all he's gonna do. Let's have a big festival. He gave us a bunch of wine. We might as well put it to use. Get everybody drunk. Felt like a while since we had done anything there. Workers' wages, patrician taxes. We're making money, honeys. I'd say my next step is more patricians. If I put that in there, that would be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Open space there. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Two, 3, 4, 5. Can that come down? It can't. It's okay, it is. Tis what it is. I could put a road, build a colonnade in entrance here, and then this one would just back directly on. Actually, that wouldn't be a problem, because they're gonna back directly on here anyway. So that they can boost the outer guys. Though in theory, the guys on the outer have a wall. That provides us with 2 spaces, while that provides us with 3 spaces. the sake of symmetry, I'm going to do it this way. You're out of wood. Now you're good. Now you're good on that wood. Do you get requests like in Caesar 3? Are the campaign missions or just sandbox? We're doing the campaign missions right now. So this is like the first official like non-prologue mission. And you do have like requests of you constantly on like what your next steps are. What did I say here? I wanted a cavalry training building as well. Ooh, you're a bit bigger, aren't you? All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put you there. Cavalry requires meat, wheat, swords, and armor. Shield, armor, swordsmith, centurion, and infantry. All right, that's all we need. Now I just need housing. Which is allowed to be kind of anywhere we want it. Centurions lead your legions. I'm going to make like 10 swordsmen. 10 cavalry. I obviously don't have enough for this right now. But we'll get there. Nobody is collecting taxes. Any particular reason, or are we just being difficult about it? The other god we like is Apollo for whatever reason, because we just decided that. So I'm going to stick him a little temple right here. Honestly, it's kind of perfect. Ooh, he could go like here though as well. Or here. Nah. You can go there. And then if we need another temple up here, we can also do that. Apollo is the god of melons, as well as medicine and arts. He also is the god of eggs. Question, how many pigs do I make and how much meat do I make? I make 48 pigs and I use 20 of them. Ergo, if I was to build a second butcher, I would use 40 of those pigs instead. Now I have meat for days. Some residents are leaving because they don't have any homes. Is that true? Because apparently it's not. I have 40 pleb homes and 20 patrician homes. Prestige level unlocked. Gladiators, arenas, libraries, furniture, gladiators, brick walls. All sorts of good and Gucci things. All right. What do I need to do? Win one battle. Thank you. Hello. I was muted. I got distracted getting a delivery. I had to run downstairs. How long it takes him to realize? Oh, all I need is somebody to tell me. Because it never matters. However much you might. be streaming for, and for however long, you can never quite remember. 7:14:28. Ready to deploy. Okay, they should be fine. There's a fire station right next to this place. Lads, that should be a pretty easy one to put out. The water could not be closer. You are literally neighbors with the fire hall. 43 seconds. It took me to realize I was muted. Yo, that's pretty good. I will take that. So these houses on the inside and on the outside don't quite have the same level ups. But I don't know if I want to build like maybe a theater or something in here. Gladiator school. Man, if I built a gladiator arena right here, it would cover all possible, literally all possible housing. I mean, that seems like a gimme then. How do you say no to such a thing? I also need to use, for the love of the gods, some of this stone so I can pave some roads. Feels like I should have done that ages ago. Given the cost. Get out of my way, Cloud. I can't see what I'm building. There we go. Now at least our city has paved roads. We're living life a little bit better. Fill the food reserves of all houses in our settlement, says Apollo. I'd like to get these guys just set up so that they can have a slightly better... That would do it for them. It's almost enough to do it for those guys. I could put some of these she-wolves in here. You know what? Let's do that. Now at least all those houses are upgraded. How are we feeling about this army? What is it? It's 24 bowmen and 18 horses. I'm going to need a much bigger army than what I've put together here. I guess let's go with 5 centurions total. I honestly don't know quite how they work yet, so what's the harm? We'll get another granary going here as well so we can get some more storage. Can I click on citizens and see what they're thinking? No. It shows you where they work, and if you click on them, it just gives you their work location. Everybody wants a tavern, and I don't have one. That seems like a grave mistake. All right, let's put it in there. We're also going to need a gladiator school. Why not? Right across from the Centurion School. Gladiators cost 350 gold. I'm going to buy 4 of them. Because I'm out of control. You guys want eggs. You want milk. You want doctors now as well. What do the plebs want? Not the plebs. What do the patricians want? They want a bath. They stink. They're disgusting. They're filthy. Monstrous creatures. That one works perfect. They also want melons, they want cabbages, they want bread, and they want fish fillets. Just not from McDonald's. So for the love of God, anything but that. Oh, good. And I built the aqueduct in the only place I could probably build this fishing spot. That was smart. Tick, 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 tick. All right. This just means that the farmland gets to get bigger. Can put that in there, and then we can grab 2 of these fishmongers. Prestige 7 unlocked. Circus Maximus, chariots, marble arches, signs, and equestrian statues. Please, sir, I just need to win a battle. It's the only thing I need to do right now. They got to be kind of close to the granary. You know what? Let's just put them like here and here. We know that one fish can produce 2 fishmongers, so no fights in the arena. We want blood. Slowly turning transparent as he activates his stealth skills. Am I disappearing into the background? Am I green screening out? All right, all those guys are training still. They don't have houses. That's not true. We have so many houses. Is it because I don't have recruit housing? I feel like that's got to be the problem here. It's the only thing that deigns to make any sense. I could put in an archery or a guard barracks or an explorer's training build. I guess the archers kind of make the most sense. We'll give them some trees as well. Why not? Little district. Among grass and some buildings. Probably when I like zoom in. Oh yeah, you're right. Weird. This is what I get for wearing brown. I guess. All right, the training seems to be going fairly well. Why don't we get 10 more infantry? I don't have access to bows, which I'm just realizing. I need an archer I need a bow workshop. All right, everybody's working their butt off. I'm only making 91 gold a day, which means the next thing I need to fix is Patricians, who mostly just need desirability right now. Thankfully, that's pretty easy to solve. Okay. Now they just need fish fillets. And they also need bread. So my question becomes, how is my old bread deficit doing? We make 160, we eat 185. I need more bakeries. I think I'm gonna have to move my logging camp pretty soon. Patricians leave because there's no entertainment. I'm trying. Chariot training, Circus Maximus. I don't have enough money for Circus Maximus. Well, I could build a theater up here for the Patricians. I could also build it right here, and it would also hit all of the Patricians. So let's do that. Gotta have some symmetry. Gotta have some symmetry. Now people can go from the tavern right out to the theater. They will require a acting school, which of course I've not thought through where I'm gonna put that. Why not tucked right behind the theater? Doesn't that make a lot of sense? All right, we're making 500 bucks a day, but also at the same time, we're making no money a day. Sell olive oil. I don't make olive oil. I only make rocks. I'm going to sell you more rocks. The arts are put somewhere out of the way. Look, they're just behind the blood sport arena. That's all. It's a natural place for them to be. Shield workshop. Oh, I don't have an armory. And I don't got enough money for it either, honey. Uh-oh. I will destroy your buildings if you do not please me. I will destroy your military. I will destroy your warehouses. I will lose your crops. Well, I'm sorry, gods, but I don't know how to fix your problem right now. I am way away from this day passing. Can I make my army? Why don't I just make my army? Deploy a legion. 4 centurions, 30 swordsmen, 8 archers, and 20 cavalry. I am 62 versus 42. Oh, I guess I lost my explorer as well here. So 30 swordsmen. Couple of centurions. Oh my god, you have to race all of them? I guess I didn't need this many centurions. Okay, all of my cavalry got into the archers in the back. It worked perfect. Our horses are up against the spear wall. They cut through them. I love how everyone's trying to like figure out what are we doing here? Who's fighting who? We lost 10 swordsmen, 7 cavalry. Honestly, that's a fine deal. Da-ba-da! And that's it. Oh, wow. I thought I was going to have to keep exploring. Prepare for war. All right, let's do one more. After the defeat of Sextus Pompeius in Sicily, Gaius Octavius has returned to Rome in triumph. For his part, Marcus Antonius has been appointed king of Egypt and Alexandria and has divided the former Roman provinces among the sons of Cleopatra. Gaius Octavius has felt threatened by this maneuver and orders you to deploy an outpost in North Africa while he turns public opinion against Cleopatra. Your mission may establish a turning point in the rivalry between Octavius and Marcus Antonius. Produce 100 pigs, send 350 pig steaks to Rome, and 400 wine to Rome. Upgrade 5 plebeian houses to level 3. This seems really easy. He says, though clearly the map is very limited building space because most of it is desert. So you can probably only have farms on the Nile. Stone, stone. Iron, iron, stone, iron. I like the idea that you could just decide, oh, I'm going to start out in the desert. Militarily, I mean, this is kind of cool. That's probably an interesting place if you could start up there. You don't unlock bridges until way later in the game. I'm actually gonna, I think, start right here. So I'm gonna have industry on this side. Farming here. And then probably housing up in this way in kind of a two-step section. That's going to be my plan. All right, we can make work with that. Neither of them is going to be like properly in range of a warehouse. So I might as well do something like a double warehouse. Oh man, I'm also realizing trees. I think I'd be better off going up here. So unfortunately it means we end up burning a lot of early resources, but such is life sometimes. Go right there. So that can also be set up this way. We can refund. I don't get money back for destroying roads, which is frustrating. Maybe we'll leave that there for just right now. Yeah, and food needs to be alongs. So, I guess most importantly is like, where do we put the reservoirs? Always a massive question in this game. That seems like a reasonable location. Which could also make this a reasonable location. They're actually not very expensive to build. I am grateful at least on that. So we're going to have a huge aqueduct that just like cuts through the middle of this city. Kind of fun. Pop, 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 pop. Also probably means the fire stations can't be that far off, either of them. Not in love with how I've got this set up at the moment. But I guess for right now, it's just going to have to do. Okay. So where am I building everything then? I guess I could build housing here. Just feels like it would be terribly located. Oh man, that last city was like so hyper optimized. That's all going to be. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we build housing here? We're going to swap a few things around to make this a bit more amenable. But I'm going to have to do it like after I avoid bankrupting myself. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna push it back one, I think. Okay. Definitely we're going to have to move that aqueduct. Have I played Against the Storm? I have, yes. It's one of my faves. Absolute all-time fave of mine. Masterpiece of a game. Generally, I cannot recommend it enough to people. We really don't need that much stuff on this map. First plebeians have arrived. I've also realized we should probably start exploring right away. We have a city nearby that's willing to buy stone and iron in exchange for wheat. Okay. Probably gonna have to put like a hedgerow around this. Woof. Yeah, see, I can't build over where the aqueduct is. Okay, if that's the case, we're gonna do a little shimmy shimmy Cocoa Puff. So needless. You also blew up my roads. Rude. All right, we've got the basics down. Still not entirely certain where I'm going to be doing farming. I guess I could just down here. Part of me thinks no matter where I build these aqueducts, they're going to be ugly. I suppose that's what the Romans had to deal with. So why don't we do like a 1, 2, 3, 4 on you? We'll see how that turns. One new territory explored. Keep zooming around. Ain't easy to make a Roman city, that's for sure. So we've got room for 60 people right now. That needs 20. You're a new city. You're willing to buy paper and sell me swords and iron. You saw iron for 4. You buy iron for 2. Okay, so that's not good for me. I mean, nice to know the options are around, but... All right, people, we need people. I need engineers. I need marketeers. I need pops. Get to making babies. Death mask. Artisans strive to reproduce the faces of the deceased on the mask made of resin and beeswax. These masks remain on the corpse throughout the funeral and are then used to represent the most relevant acts of life. I think I'm going to give this to Siri because we're going to probably want some good farming. Crystal Lord, hello. How we doing? Welcome, welcome. Unemployed citizens already cooking. Let's see. Probably 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Max out the granary. The logging camp, the stone quarry, and the iron mine should just get maxed out right away. See how we do with that. 60 pop. I got 40 jobs. There's the next round of goodies. They need to be at 10. Minus 16. From warehouses. Oh. Didn't realize it had that effect. Honestly, I think until we get hedge walls, it's really hard to get the actual upgrades. So we're going to have to start looking at where we want patricians living. I think the answer is probably up here. Not exactly sure how this is going to look yet, but something tells me something like that. Something tells me something like that. So there needs to be a 1 gap for the wall. Then it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to build them like this. So I guess it's a little bit smaller than my last setup, but we are using a lot less room, so I can get these guys in here, but they have to be right on the edge. You know what? Then maybe I should just do it like this. And we could do an extra row over here if we wanted. Maybe something like that. Can you manage multiple cities? Currently in the campaign, it seems to be like you do a city and you move on to the next one. So this is like the 4th city we've had to start. I don't know if you're playing in free play, if it's a different situation. Though quite possible. What do we need for these guys? Cabbages and melons. I am going to need to make sure that these guys start getting their upgrades really soon. Which I need... Oh, basically just a bunch of patricians for. I can't really move houses any further than that. But I guess I could do that. She'd be tight, though. She'd be real tight. It seems we're struggling on logging still quite a fair bit, which makes sense. Seeing this map. So I'm just going to grab an extra one of these camps, throw a few more jobs in there. That's a campaign, and you're saying there is free play? Yeah, there does seem to be some sort of free play option as well. All of the individual maps you can free play on. And then there might also be like bonus maps. But I cannot say that for certain. If I'm smart with something like bath placement, I think I can cover everybody. I guess it depends on whether or not I want to build up more patricians up that way. Honestly, right now, if I build that and that... Does that cover? Yeah, that covers them as well. Now, do I have any wine? Of course not, but... Baby steps. Putting a granary here will upset those dweebs. Putting it here would be fine. Can I build a winery without upsetting them? Yes. So let's just do that. And then I might be able to do things like put my fishmongers and stuff in here. There is room for fishing. I do need pigs. But why don't we do this? This. 2 fishmongers. Okay, now the pretty much only thing I need to be concerned about is whether or not we are collecting enough taxes up here. And then what these guys need, they need melons and they need cabbages. So let's put melons, cabbages on max. And then hit that next prestige level. Boom. You know, I was going to build these topiary arches, but seeing as I just hit the next prestige level, we might as well build the fancy arches. The Roman portico gates. They cost blocks, but they're worth lots. So these are housing level 2. I need to get 5 of them to level 3. So I only need to make onions and carrots. This winery is going to screw me up just the smallest amount, isn't it? Onions, onions, carrots, carrots. That'll keep the plebs busy. No multiplayer, if I read correctly. Not that I noticed. I don't know how you would implement multiplayer into the game. The military stuff is like fairly straightforward. It's not overly complicated. These guys will buy planks. They'll sell papyrus and they'll sell armor. No space to store stuff. Oh, I don't have enough warehouse workers. Whoopsie. We found an army of swordsmen and bowmen. It also means we lost our explorer. Sadly. But that's okay. We can make new ones. I'm not producing a lot of things right now, including stone blocks. And sod planks. Which are big, we need people on them, big time jobs. Bit embarrassed I haven't put people on them previously. I can't make anything without stone blocks. I also only have room for like a couple more citizens. Uh-oh. You guys need bread. That is what I'm working on next, my dudes. Well, I can get you one bakery. Prestige 5. Everything gets a visual upgrade. Could be co-op to develop with a friend. I'm currently reading through the Steam community page and they're saying that if enough people ask for it, they could do it like they did on another one of their games. So no multiplayer for now, but it could be in the future. Okay. Well, that's good. I always appreciate when they're like, listen, we know people want it. We just got to figure out how to do it. Lack of employment, that is fundamentally untrue. I have 2 whole jobs being offered in this city. Don't you want to work one of my 2 jobs? Ooh, I guess I could do it like this and like this. Then like that and like that. I don't know that I'm going to continue this little portico around that community or not yet. I need to get these patricians up. I don't know why these guys aren't getting taxes collected. Their desirability is like quite low. Fairly straightforward to fix. There we go. We're back in the green. As long as these tax collectors can start doing their jobs. Like, it's not as if there's not roads leading to them. Though I guess, speaking of roads, perhaps it would help if we pave more of our roads. Does tend to be kind of a beneficial thing to do in a city. Make it so people don't just have to walk on dirt everywhere they go. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, you need to explore a couple explorers for me. I also need to build, I guess, a recruit barracks if that's the case. Which I'm just going to build right there. Then we'll add in these extra little bits. And Bento, thank you for the follow, dude. Welcome to the agency. Very interesting to see you play. Feels dynamic and fun. As a non-native English speaker, I understand you very well. Oh, that's very nice to hear. I'm not slurring all of my words too badly. My granary is full. My other granary is on fire. Ooh, I don't have fire protection on the fishmongers or the winery or the docks. I guarantee you that's gonna be a problem. Somebody please go put that out. My goodness. All right. 4 out of the 5 houses are upgraded. Dude, what happened to my fire? I only have 1 firefighter. Which means I also only have 1 engineer, which means these guys are also probably... No, they're 3 and 3 at least. Okay. Well. I guess I paid for that. This warehouse is also no longer in range of that fire station. Just gonna move you over 1 point. I have explorers. I would like them to go exploring. We've much to examine of this wild and crazy world. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. They're still not collecting. Oh, you're outside of the tax office range. Wow, I'm that blind, am I? Okay. I truly am that blind. They're in market range, but outside of tax office. They're going to be hard to keep upgraded then. But the other patricians should be fine to do. bread and fish is what I am still struggling on because I only have a single bakery. That only has a single employee. I'm seeing the problems I'm facing here. Rome was built in a day, right? Well, maybe 8 days, but doesn't seem like it takes that long. Nice. We succeeded in not letting this place burn down. We've discovered a new city that's willing to buy flax. It's going to trade us pork steaks and onions. You found an army. Okay. I'm kind of worried about the fact that prestige is super high and there's 2 enemy armies on the map. So I think it's about time we started getting a military up and running. Which, God knows, I probably should have been doing quite a while ago. What are the militaries composed of? Archers, cavalry, archers. Okay, everything basically. First I need weapons. Shoot, did I just screw up that house desirability? Nope. It's just out of range. Armor, bow, swordsmith, shield. Armory. Right. So that's going to be a little military district for us. April 5th, Rome built. I am not got any population because I haven't built anything to make people fancy. Carrots and onions. We got carrots and onions. You just got to get them from the market. You got bats. You got the tavern. These houses are out of range of both bats and the tavern. We've unlocked another level of prestige here. This is a problem. I'm going to tell you, this is a real problem. Guards can spot criminals and shoot arrows at attackers. What I'm wildly concerned about is just like... Yeah, I got no workers. These all say lower zone desirability, but I'm not actually sure that they do. Maybe I should build another worker district down here. Fill it with little worker bees. God, I have no stone. I mean, I probably could do that. According to this, though, I just created enough population space for like another 50 people. So maybe I just chill out a hot minute. How many jobs do we have? We have 130 jobs and 182 people. Oh, that's why I'm not making any fish. That's also why I'm not making any of this. How are we on wheat? Super good. How are we on grapes? Also super good. That might change with more people in the wineries, but I mean, I got room for a little bit of extra here. Put you guys at 10. I'm going to put you guys at 10. I'm going to definitely need more recruit buildings, which I need money for. Curses. We should start getting bread and fish. Now that we have people actually like working on those jobs. Journal entry day 1. I have imagined a great city. I will call it Rome. Journal entry day 2. Rome built. New idea. World peace. I will host a beauty pageant to get the best minds thought on how to achieve this lofty goal. That is a very lofty goal. I like it. We need bows. We need shields. All of this is going to need iron, which apparently I'm still making enough of per day, but I think that's going to change pretty dramatically. Yeah, okay, clearly you don't need to build more than one district. You just need to upgrade it. That's the key. These guys up here have no desirability. Nobody wants to live in this part of town. It sucks. Oh, we found the relic of Seeger. The weight of the ceremonial axe in the hands of the explorers. An impressive blade used to sacrifice bulls in ancient rites and symbolizes war. Obviously, let's give that to Mars then. I got spooked by a huge army. I have like a 100% chance of being attacked at the moment. If I talk to Mars, he will give me free trained soldiers. How much of a homie will you be, though? Like, if I was to build this and this, will you also put people in here? Actually, I guess just like 3 centurions would be enough. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a homie. And he's off again. A fire has occurred. This building is on fire. My fire station does not reach it. Here, go. We're going to be in a little bit of trouble down here. Maybe they can figure it out. Walls. So I could probably build some walls around. They're kind of expensive, though. You guys buy papyrus. You guys buy planks. Apparently I make 200 planks a day, so why don't we sell you 100 planks? You require flax. You want stone. Sell you 150 stone a day. I'm gonna keep that iron, I think. But that gives us like 2,000 bucks a day, which is gonna be much better for us. And fingers crossed we can figure out how to get the rest of the people together. My patricians are maxed unless I start upgrading them, and the only way to upgrade them is via the food requirements. I shouldn't have built all that stuff. I need that fishmonger. Bulbadite. These guys are willing to buy shields. Also wood. I'll sell them half my wood, and I will not sell them any shields right now. How does that sound? You guys found another army and died in the process. All right, we're gonna make 2,000 bucks a day. Did people speak in part 3 of the journal? 100% chance I'm being raided. My legion is 7 soldiers and 9 archers. It keeps saying people don't have housing. I think this must be soldiers, and I can't afford to build them housing. I actually can't afford to do anything here until the day ends. I desperately need to build some temples. Gods are getting real angry at me. Honestly, a bit embarrassing that I haven't built any sort of temples or employment. Both of my fishmongers have collapsed, so I'm no longer making fish. It seems you're receiving an enemy attack for the first time. Pay attention, because what I'm going to explain to you, because it's going to be useful. Occasionally, the enemy will try to assault your cities, setting fires where they go. You need to have good defenses in place if you don't want them to wreak havoc. You must have a good defensive structure, since under your attack, you'll not be allowed to construct buildings. But on the other hand, we can build defensive elements such as walls and wall gates, which will make it difficult for the enemy to access our buildings. Be aware that they can destroy them as well. If you want to repel attackers, you need guards. They're trained like the rest of the soldiers, but are not sent to the map region, but they stay in the settlement. Once trained, we can assign them to guard posts and watchtowers. This allows us to fight the invaders. The guards not only fight enemy attackers, but also keep crime in your settlement at bay. You should know that if the map region you have territory discovered with enemies, the probability of attack will increase. So they're burning down my farms and my fire department. Rude. But I respect it. I suddenly have a bunch of money because it's a new day. It's also occurred to me that maybe I should not be making an army and I should just actually be making guards. All right, that wasn't the worst. That wasn't too bad. Had a full house flashback. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I built a wall across here and across here, I literally couldn't be attacked from any other direction, so. That being said, I obviously need guards. In order to do that. These guys require meat. I still don't even have pigs set up. There ain't no reason I couldn't put them right there. Now, do I have the money for a butcher? No. Of course not. Who would think to do that? All right. I also have enough jobs for... I have 274 population. So I'm just going to max out every career right now. Guess I'm gonna have to wait for one more day. Yesterday I was making $2,000. Now I'm only making 14. Another level of prestige. Uh-oh. God of the underworld. He's mad. He's robbing my wine and my money. He actually bankrupted me. But on the bright side, that meant I got 5,000 bucks. So, like, kind of a perk. In a weird way. Lower zone desirability. I can only build back this far. Oh, I can build 2 right here. Perfect. That gives us access to meat. Now, we better get some temples going. Oh, only one person gets mad at us a day. And when they do, it resets who is mad at us. I'm going to build a temple to Mars right here. Kind of want to build it like that. And then we're going to sacrifice some carrots to him and have a little festival. That'll cheer up the people. So I built a guard training barracks. I need meat, swords, bows, and wheat. We need butchers. We got nobody working the winery either. Man, I guess I just need more pops. More onions. Watchtowers, guard posts, wall gates. Intersection of wall with an aqueduct. That's 600 bucks. That's actually not that bad. Guards will spot criminals and shoot arrows at attackers. Like, I guess what I'm curious is, like, will my guys shoot from the walls? This I actually don't know. A little guard post right here would cover literally all these dweebs, so I'm just going to do that. It's kind of funny. And then I'll also put one in front of this guy's house. And one right there. Now you got guards! Detect criminals and attackers. Guess we'll set them all to 2. Patricians leave looking for entertainment. That's fair. We really don't have a lot going on here. What if I was to build a Circus Maximus right here, though? That covered the entire town. I would need chariots. But that's not really an issue. That feels sort of a foolish spot to put them. Then again, everywhere sort of seems like a foolish spot to put them. Yeah, you know what? Let's go there because then I'll build more recruits as well. It is 500 to accommodate a racer. I'm going to build 2 of them. And then I'm going to build a Circus Maximus. So unnecessary, but also so perfect. How come there's no food? Like, I got a market here. It's not serving that many houses. Do you guys need another market to cover this area? I mean, I assume you must. There are problems with trade routes and trading revenue may differ. You guys are trading planks. That's no problem. You guys aren't trading nothing. You guys are trading stuff. That's no problem. You guys are trading too much wood. No, actually, no, you're not. Oh, I just don't have enough wood to trade. Okay. All right, look, man, we need fish and we need bread. This is outrageous that I still don't have fish up here. Only half of those fishmongers are working. That's why there's no food. There's been a murder. I'm starting to produce pigs. And I guess I am producing wine, technically. I should probably build a temple to Pluto, because he would just fill up my wine for me. Tell you what, let's do that. I like giving the gods a little bit of extra space. Premium plot, decorate the city floors. Premium road. Fast travel speeds. Is it faster than other travel speeds? Like, I don't understand. Does it increase desirability? Why would I build a premium road over a paved road? Not clear. Did I ever build the butcher? Yeah, we got 2 butchers down here. So they're making piggies. But they are also hurting on hiring priorities. I suppose the smart idea would be to finish building this wall. Now at least we're protected. I guess? Technically? Your city is under attack. So the answer is your guards won't go defend the walls. But they will defend the city itself. Mostly the forum. Where are they going? Yeah, I have like a couple of guards up here. They might be enough. No! No, other guards! Well, actually, Never mind. Guards are tough. Clearly, I underestimated these guards. So I'm gonna build a watchtower here. For what I think is pretty obvious reasons. Oh, I can actually build it on the wall. That makes more sense. And also looks much nicer. Look at us. We're a real city. We have walls and everything. Don't wish to try what I said? If you right click on the mouse, a human could speak? Oh, sorry, I didn't notice. Nah, it doesn't work. Unfortunately. Unemployed defensive personnel, 7. All right, well, that's good, at least. So I have what? Like 7 guards? 17 guards. Oh, you can change the daily salary per worker if you need more money as well. I mean, I feel like if this is the case, I might as well just build a bunch more guard towers. One, 2, and let's say 3. Well, okay, let's go one more. That way now everybody has a job. All of our food buildings are doing really well. I'm not making chicken or eggs, and I also don't have access to a doctor, which is pretty much everything we need everywhere. These guys also need a theater. I also need to just be making more wine and more pork. Which I want to actually just say, maybe I focus on that. Because if I'm making $2,000 a day, I don't really need to upgrade any more of this. I have a ton of extra employees. Yeah, let's just focus on some pig time. So you'll build more piggies. And you'll build more butchers in a minute, because we're about to get this day up. I need exactly 1 more patrician. There we go. Fountain Plaza and a large statue. Unlocked. So let's build a bunch more guys here. The people are bored. They want entertainment. We got 2 racers. Let's start our first chariot race. The people said they were bored. But this stadium's still pretty empty. I also think I still need a lot more recruit housing here. The chariot race is off. It's Maximus Agrippa taking the lead, and now it's Gaius Julius Humfritus pulling up on the outside track. Am I not entertained? I mean, I'd be more entertained with a gladiatorial coliseum, but I'll take a chariot race. I'm glad we're using all this like prime farming land to race horses. Just realizing how foolish that is, but you know what? Screw it. You have trained and ready soldiers. I do have trained and ready soldiers. I should have some more trained and ready soldiers. Your city is under attack. This says that 3 groups are attacking me, but I only see 2, unless this is a big group here, which I think it might actually be. Can you guys shoot them? You can. That rules. Well, that didn't last. No problem up here. Only a minor problem down here. Where are the other guys? In there? Okay. I suppose I probably, I'm just realizing this, need to build an engineering post to cover the walls. Your defense has been effective and the enemy attack has been successfully repelled. Ba, 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 ba. You know what? We'll put these guys all at 4 as well. We're doing okay on pork steaks. I still need to send a lot of wine to Rome, so probably a second vineyard. Would be a good idea. Equestrian statues. What are the big statues we got? Large statue. It's not that large. That's not that large at all. I wanted a much bigger statue. Colossus, obelisk, triumphal arch, a sign, a marble arch. Fountain plaza. Oh, you have to completely build around it with roads. That's tricky. There are problems with your trade routes. Some residents are still leaving because they don't have cities, don't have housing. I don't know why. I'm assuming it must be like patricians showing up and then not figuring out how to chill. The gods are getting pretty upset again. Maybe I should build some more temples. Apollo, Jupiter, and Minerva. Not enough money, honey. I just gotta give him some piggies. Yeah, the gods are not too stoked on me right now. They are all pretty mad. Lose crops, lose food, lose warehouses. Honestly, I can afford all that. 18, 18, and 10. I would also argue that I could probably afford to go kill some armies. Should have temples from all the gods to please them. At least that was the case in Caesar. I mean, it makes sense. I'm trying to get them up. Who else was it? Apollo? No temple to Ceres. Pluto, what if we just moved you over? That's not too rude, is it? I hope not. We could actually have a festival for her. Apollo and Minerva. Still kind of mad. Okay. I've almost got enough pork steak. I've almost got enough wine. I've just got to chill it out a minute. I'm going to deploy a legion. Because we might as well beat up some guys. Yeah, let's go in like a flank. A flying V. See how we do here. No, my cavalry. Yes, that's what I want. Cavalry. Go for them. Swordsmen are on the cavalry. It's a whole mess. I lost almost all of my cav immediately. I guess I should have started my cav further back. Oh, you'll live and learn, eh? 78, 74, 73. Wow. I guess we keep training. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to wait on this wine and then we'll be good. We call this formation the Mighty Duck. Quack, quack, quack. I do like the idea that you could just be like, I'm building walls, I don't need an army. Depending on the map. Like this map is just farm a bunch, right? Create an outpost. There's no need to be too fancy. Oh, that literally wouldn't even touch any of the other groups. I was gonna put like hedges in between these guys just for fun. So why not? Might as well. Thunderous D, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. I have 13 unemployed citizens. I actually can't believe that. But the truth is out there. I suppose I also can't deny it. I mean, it's good. It means that, you know. All our people are working. The worst. I thought they were touching. Okay, I see that we can finish it. I don't have enough money. Here we go. Send to Rome. 400 wine. You have completed the objectives of the mission. Rome awaits you. You live, you learn, then you get the loves. What's next? Almid Arms. So we're about halfway through, a little less. I guess the first two were technically tutorials, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're about a quarter of the way through. Gaius Octavius, determined to put an end to the threat of Marcus Antonius once and for all, sent 3,000 wheat to Rome, reach prestige level 2, train 2 explorers, discover 4 cities. Wow, that's a really easy mission. Considering how much wheat I end up having in every single map. He prepares to enter Alexandria, but first orders you to set up a camp as a liaison point with the force of Cornelius Gallus, which has been deployed around Cyrene. There's the sandbox mode as well. What are the other modes? Game editor, community generated content. Cool. People make their own missions. Alien planet. Frozen lands, water world, oasis. Oh, that's neat. It's a single water point. Stone challenge. No stone on the map. The swamp. Stranded. Ooh. So you got to build a bunch of bridges in order to get access to iron. I guess nobody can probably attack you on that map, though. Map editor, battlefield editor, creators, battlefields to battles to region maps to missions to steamwork. Oh man, that's really cool. I like that people can make their own missions. And I guess it looks like they have like a whole bunch of stuff set up to actually teach people how to do it. Yeah, so there is like just, you can sandbox any of these missions here, depending on where you want to play. Or you can download missions as a sandbox. Or as missions, I guess. Cool. Sort of like infinite content. I like. It's a pretty fun game. I gotta say, in terms of a city builder, it's pretty well-rounded. It's got some really satisfying stuff in there. Any game that bases upgrades around decorations and makes it so you actually want to like make your city look nice and feel like an actual city. To me, that's like the make or break in city builders. Decoration-based city games. Against the Storm does this also really well. But I really feel like that adds a whole other level where you start caring about your districts and the people who live in your districts. And you're like, oh, I got to make sure that they have these supplies and these supplies. I'm curious how the game gets on the harder difficulties. I certainly didn't find too much difficulty in the first couple of missions. But that being said, they were all kind of marked easy. And there doesn't appear to be... There's not really like a sliding scale. You can't like just turn the difficulty up. But missions do become like hard after a while. And I'm assuming it's based on how many armies are on the map, the size of the armies, and like your access to resources. So I don't know. I think it's a cute little game. The battles are pretty simplistic. It'd be nice to be able to kind of turn which way they're facing so that you can like change what direction they're running in. But I mean, it doesn't have to be that complex. They're not trying to be Total War. They're trying to be a city builder with a neat little additional combat thing added onto it. And honestly, it feels like it does it pretty well. It didn't feel sloppy. It felt like I had some control over the fights, and it felt like what I actually went into the fights with mattered, which is always kind of a nice little bonus. Against the Storm is great, but the cities just go, right? It moves fast. This game also moves fast. It's not a game where you're going to sit there and you're going to build up a city for 20 hours, you know? It doesn't have that city skylines or that Frostpunk feeling to it. It's more you're building little bases, you're moving on, you're trying to set up, you're trying to beat the challenge, and you keep moving. I'd love to see it have some sort of big sandbox component, but I don't know that it would work. Because I think that like it doesn't take that long to get up on the prestige, and once you get up there, it's like, there you go, you're done, right? So overall, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I'm probably going to play this a little bit more. It's got some neat little things into it for sure. I'd like to explore. I'd like to really build a city that looks like this. It is so gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed it as well, and you'll get a chance to check it out. It comes out today, so, you know, now's the time.